When will I be back streaming, you say? Everything is burning down. Quite possibly. The fire coverage wasn't the best that I could have done. I'm just going to tweet out that I'm actually back now. Back on the air. It's only going to be a shorty. That's why I tweeted about 10 or 15 minutes ago that I was going to be here eventually. So let's take a look at the city. First things first. Oh, click in the window first things first so that keyboard options actually work. City stats. 62,639 was our population top. And then it's gone through cycles up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And just sort of gone below the 50. I think that's going to be a permanent point of decay, but I have no idea what this was. It seems to be like a population thing. Like education thing. It took us that long to... No. Stay right. It took us that long to get the education right. I mean, if we look at the education level... I can't get them to line up on the thing because they're different scales. But if you look, education went up, dropped, and back up. But it stayed quite constant since. And in fact, actually, over time, education has, very much steadied off. That's down a little bit from the peaks, which is a bit annoying. I'd like everyone to be educated, but... Oh crap, meant to be recording for YouTube. I'll have to steal this from the stream. Let's have a look at a few of the other stats. Birth rate. Yeah, moved in, and then again it's settling off. Influx. Again, settling off, which we expect because there hasn't been much change. Taxation... City treasury, city budget, city value. Oh, again, pause. It's not going to change, is it? It's just going to go straight from what it was. Employment percentage. And when I looked before, we was at like 93% employment. We're now down at like 80s. I mean, that's still not terrible, but that's 15% unemployment. That's... out of curiosity. What is the current unemployment rate of the United Kingdom? Yes, I finished talking, Google. You can.
The unemployment rate of United Kingdom was 5.5% in December 2014.
And 4.8 in Germany, 5.6 in the UK. So in the United States. So this is actually very high unemployment. So I really did not put enough offices and such down. I mean, available jobs has actually decayed. So that's why the unemployment's changed. The number of jobs has changed. Students, again, we saw the fluctuations. This is basically because the schools filled up, and then that generation of people, no longer needed them. Because they all moved in at once, you get these waves. It went down to 5%, yeah. It went in these waves, and it slowly moves out, because basically all the Sims moved in, and I think generally all the Sims, when they move in, are a similar age. It's a similar type of person who moves to a new city. Tourists, I was really surprised that we had any. But we looked at the map before. Tourist tax income, happiness. A few little peaks, and I think if we line them up with the employment rate, population. No, they don't line up at all with the surges or the troughs. Residential zones, these are all, constant because... Oh, that's a nothing. Because basically we plot them down all at once. Let's have a look more on the mappy. Now don't quit resume. Abandoned buildings, yep, we know. I thought these were eventually meant... even if you don't demolish them yourself, aren't these meant to slowly replace? Because it doesn't look like they have done. Oh... Maybe I should have connected the nuclear plant, up here. That would have meant that this fire station could have serviced here. But I think that's why we've gone down in number of jobs and number of offices have burnt down. And the places where I haven't put a fire centre in each block are the ones that have suffered the most. Oh, brilliant X-Jammer. Oh, for Christ's sake, down to 80. There we go. Yeah, and a lot of these, if we had the auto bulldoze on, I think this city would grow a hell of a lot more, but once they get burnt down, it seems... Burning down is a very bad thing in this, because once they get burnt down, they don't seem to replace. Once they get abandoned, eventually they do, but burnt down, they don't seem to. Anywho, power-wise, I went slightly overkill on the power. I think we could have gone with 2 nuclear power plants. I mean, we're producing 3,000, call it, and we're only using 300. And that's very rough, very bad maths. Hello, BenJQ22. So I could have gone with just 2 of them, and I could have got some more offices where these are. Instead of having these tiny little things... no, rotate round, please. Other way, other way. Instead of having these tiny little things here, we could probably have some better ones and connected and some more services. So power... I've no idea where I got the number for power from. Oh, I had a lot of industry. 1 nuke with wind turbines on the water. Well, the wind turbines are only like 20 each. But then again, without that dam there, because I didn't need it, that probably would have been enough. Oh, actually, one thing that we do need to check, which I've forgotten. Yes, Poop Bay is full. Poop Bay is full, and it's gone just as far around that way as I can see. Water. If we round these up to 2 million, and these are at like 400,000, so again, I went overkill on the water. But the water is actually filled in places that doesn't really matter. Maybe I could have cut down on the sewerage and had a second, port come in, connecting in a different place, try to cut down on the traffic there. But this crappy little roundabout there works scarily well. 100-mile-an-hour roundabout, ladies and gentlemen. But let's see. So water availability was fine. Garbage. Again, garbage. Call that 125 and call this 800. At least 3 times more garbage I could have dealt with. Oh, and they're generating power as well, which I forgot about. Education. Availability capacity. More than enough there. And, like, university level education is almost completely compulsory in... Like, it looks like everyone here is university educated. Which is sort of what I was aiming for, the idea of having the no-low jobs. Okay, trolling. Hello. And Color-rolling. You have to tell me how to pronounce that, sorry. Happiness. Commercial isn't as happy as I would like. Yeah. Having the more incinerators was a good idea for, just getting more trucks out there so that they could get around. But what I mean is, I'm not looking at the green coverage. The green coverage definitely looks good. But I was looking at the garbage production and the incinerator capacity. That way we can see how much we're actually, we're burning it. Can we burn it all? Health, generally on the map, blue's good. Anything other than blue would be bad for me. This little corner here, for some reason. What's wrong with you? Citizens are sick. Is that just because they're sick at the moment, or... are we going to get an ambulance down to you? Oh wait, purple thing, ambulance. I'm guessing once you pick them up, this is going to improve, maybe? Is the sick making more people sick? Oh, you was talking about the fire trucks, yeah. Coal rolling, yeah. Thank you there. So healthcare was fine. Death care, we could burn 1,500, and actually we've actually got up to a whole 250. We've got a lot more deaths than what I previously had. But again, Death care is bad in this little corner. What is it with this little area here? Why is it so dying? The levels, we're looking for dark colours here. And I think just about everything, minus these here, which we already know. In fact, actually even some of these are not top level. In fact, no. A lot of them offices, at least round here, the smaller ones, didn't get to top level. I think just about everywhere else, everything... Just keep randomly clicking on things. You look like you've just been rebuilt. Everything got to just about the top level, which is what we needed to try and get the highest thing that we could do. Wind map mode, that really hasn't changed. Traffic. Yeah. This was a bad idea. Probably on the side here it was okay with a little, two-laners, but this should have been a highway. For one, stopping, traffic from flowing back through that way, and simplifying the junction, it'd just be a one-way. But two, they would have been able to go quicker, and I think highway to highway would have priority by default. Because if you look, this is the same traffic jam. This is other people coming in here to join that. This traffic jam goes all the way back almost to that next junction. And it's getting in the way of other things. Now, we do have a similar problem over here where we had a different style of junction. We've got the 6-lane here, so we've got traffic lights. But it doesn't look as bad. It's still flowing back to the roundabout bit here. But they're always going to be quite high demand because that's where in and outs are coming. Other than that, the inflow is actually quite fine now. Now that we've got the city fully built, this is still considered really high use, but that one junction is more than adequate. Pollution. That might be why this area's got a little bit bad. I didn't put enough offices in to cover the incinerators there. And that could be causing a lot of our problems in death. Here, the majority of these are covered. We keep going to zoning and then back to it. See, offices and commercial. In corner here, did I manage it? Did I remember? Yeah, offices and commercial. But I'm guessing down here, where the pollution is... Oh, there's a little bit of residential here. And it's actually getting a little bit too close. I should have put that whole block there to be offices. And I needed more offices anyway, so I could have built up then buffer zones larger. So, noise pollution. Again, this isn't going to have really changed much. So we limited it mainly to the highways, and once you got into the centre, where the people lived, where you actually wanted quietness, it was gone. Now this... I don't quite get why this central road is busier than this central road. I guess... because you can't use this one as a through road, you can this. Is there anyone using... I guess theoretically someone... No, why would you come onto here, into here, along there, and, like, say, then out up here or down there? Just wouldn't make sense, would it? Yeah, noise pollution really hasn't changed. Fire safety. I did forget to put a fire department in here at all. So I'm surprised how well that's doing. At only 12% risk. Definitely another fire station in there would have been better. You can see where I've got them, and in the middle I completely forgot fire safety. So that's... and that's what's caused the problems and for the population to slowly die off. Crime... Again, I didn't put anything in the middle. But 8% crime rate seems to be, quite good for this game. And if we look... crime rate in general is blue. And if it's blue, it seems to be okay. Public transport, actually, the numbers have dropped off. It's interesting to me. Population, adults. Quite a high senior population, but not that bad, actually. Although we are currently getting more deaths and births, so if it weren't for people moving in, then we would be losing population. Outside concerns, this is basically everyone importing goods. And you see that scattered across the entire map, so they've got to go everywhere to get it. Land value in these central blocks, it got really high. I almost wish that I didn't have you know, that these was just like this corner there. Instead of having these roads coming down, everyone came on and off. Now, that would probably give too much traffic. Yeah, having these blocks there has sort of really segregated the land value. I mean, you can see in the middle here where it gets just bright green. Uh, 62,63,9 is the top population. Natural resources haven't changed. The zones haven't changed. And leisure. Again, despite the fact I thought I placed them quite liberally, I guess I did avoid the edges a little bit because, I wanted to get the most coverage. And I have got some places that aren't fully covered by the leisure. Now, something I do want to try is taking these all up to a sort of default 10% tax income and see how... I know now I've broken the rules, but we already got the results, so this is more out of curiosity. Now, with a 10% tax income and the tax relief, at least on the residential dropped, we make money! This city would make money. Is the population going to plummet, though? Did the tax make all that much difference? Start a new city, I won't be today. I'm going to be ending the stream with this. But yeah, look. If we call this 40,000 and making 100k, oh, people are moving out now. People are starting to stop paying taxes. And people are still using the walkways. Look at all them people using the walkways. And I quite like this power grid. It's unintrusive. You can keep it there the whole time. I don't think it'd be needed anymore, but you can keep it there. And power lines along the highway at least means that you're not getting it in the way of anything else. Because... just a little bit more thingy. I think that should... Yeah, the population is going to drop because I've just done that, but... yeah, the city would make a good 40 grand, I think. Things are being burnt down. What else was it that we... oh yeah, things are being burnt down, so... oh no, wait. I wanted to test this, see if we can fix that. So let's see, you was going to get upgraded to a... freeway. There. Does that allow them to go fast enough? It's still stopping. You really should have priority. So that makes very little difference, actually. I really thought that would help. I mean, you have a connection up there, too, actually. This is one of the most well-connected little districts. Oh no, population is... oh no, it's staying reasonably steady, but we've got to keep it quite high too. You would want to live in the city? Co-rolling? I don't think you should. Okay, they are using the extra lanes now a little bit better though. And that has brought... oh, I guess... I mean, it'll be an age to see this actually get backed up because we're all in the... these lanes to get to where they want to go. But they are using more lanes here now. More lanes is also helping them. And like the ones that are coming in here are actually in the outside lane now, which seems crazy to me. But... also, I think what we'd do is make you as a one-way and only allow them to come out there. So you can go in. Now, fair enough, that has caused the traffic jam to move down to here. But if they was clever about getting into their lanes... Actually, why has that caused it there? You can come in here. So why are so many focusing on coming in there? That seems a little odd. Yeah, that's dealing with that traffic jam. Now, it's more a case of that this junction here is causing the traffic. I wish I had all my mods turned on. Because I would just set some more, you know, priorities. But yeah, that's sorting this out. Oh no, wait, now there's traffic jams inside here. This would probably then want to be a dedicated out route. So now you have to come in up down there, you have to go out here. That's not what the intention originally was. The intention was for it to spread out. But this seems to... It's annoying that that's a traffic light. It is almost certainly because there's traffic lights there. But if these are one-ways... If they're a one-way, then could that just go like that? I mean, it's costing me a lot of zoning. Look at our income, it's just slowly going down. The only problem is there's no zoning here now. So really what I'd have to do is this would have to be up there if we was redoing the design. Then you'd have a line connecting up there for the same reason. Give you some good reasons why not to live in this city. The fire department isn't the best. In fact, in here is terrible for fire. So let's give them that. And that actually sorts it. One more and it would have been fine. Now, so if I was to go around and demolish all of these. Because for some reason fire buildings eventually. I thought they all did eventually. But only abandoned buildings auto-demolish by default. Let's get a load of these. I mean, look, some of these blocks are completely... It looks like the blitz has gone off. I'm surprised we kept such a high population with so many fires. And I like how I've got so many, like, little tiny things as well. Despite the fact going for a grid setup because it didn't quite fit. You know, I've ended up with lots of different sized buildings, which, yeah, looks good to me. That block was reasonably okay. This one is terrible, but we know that one was terrible because people were having a hard time getting in. And I don't think there was a fire department actually in it. Yeah, I know there's burnt down buildings. I'm destroying them right now. I definitely can't go on for much longer though, because I'm going to be recording some Factorio long haul with fish. I can't do that on stream. See, that district there with its own fire station didn't burn down at all. But I guess that's because it didn't have to go onto the highway, so it was just, you know, local traffic, and local traffic wasn't that bad in this setup. It's only if you had to go on the highway, you know, that you got into bad traffic. But there was jobs and commercial in every little block, so there wasn't that many reasons to go onto the highway once you was in the city. The water pump is pumping dirty water, I think. I don't think any of them are. How do I check that? There's water... These are actually all running on 150%. And I think, because they only give you an extra 25%, I can actually get away with cutting all these budgets down. Back to the 100. I'll leave the public transport on high because, yeah, we're going to need that. It's the only way to control how many buses are on there. Yeah, back to making 50 grand. Where are the water pumps? We don't have water pumps, we have water towers. And they're all in the middle of the highways, which highways don't do ground pollution, they just do noise pollution. So we're actually okay. My instinct was to do water pumping station here, and I was going to have a dam come out, but I went against that instead. Now, you are also... Right, that's bad. Let's get that and do what we did with the other one. So that'd be something like there. That causes them to move a lot quicker. Now, it's lost zoning, but we're still actually on a high thing, and what we could have done is moved this up, so you could still have the, these is actually a road that went all the way round, and I probably should have done that. And then have these highways connect up to little 2 lanes, so that we didn't get any traffic lights coming off the highways. Yeah, they're all working as well. That should flood these guys out a lot quicker. Yeah, it's dealing with the traffic. And I do love this roundabout. I'm amazed at how well that works, being, think how much traffic's coming in and out here. That's the entire, or at least 50% of the commercial of the entire setup. Okay. We needed more offices. And I think we could still get away with less power. Yep, still plenty of stuff there. So let's upgrade these roads. And actually, let's move this road completely. Now demolish it, please. Pull you... Really use a one-way? That probably explains why a lot of them burnt down. Pull you to here without connecting. Out to there. That would have got us some more offices. There we go. And they're going to go plop straight in. I should hopefully deal with some of the unemployment issues in it. I'm missing some small burnt down high-rises. Oh, yep. And actually... something like that, and then get a little bit more zoning again. I mean, I can't believe how well that's worked here. And this roundabout is still a bit of a cluster. Are you all turning in there? Yeah. And again, that's because of traffic lights. These should have been designated in and outs, I think. And you should have only been able to go round one way. But yeah, that's going to be it for now. We've done a few little tweaks, and I think there's a lot more that we could make. I might come back to this city and use this as a chunk of a start of a new one. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately that's all I'm going to have time for. I'm going to be coming back today with some more, with some off-world trading company at GMT 1700 GMT plus 0. Well, look, just a little bit more offices, and the demand is now balanced out more. Oh, you guys are no longer connected because of deleting the power plant. I like how happy these guys are, despite the fact they're built on a former power plant. And even with the things turned down, water... Yeah, everything is still stupidly high. Crime rate's actually gone down a percentage while I've been watching. And the city makes money. I'd love to expand this out and like, give it a suburb. Because at the moment it's a very dense city, isn't it? But that could quite easily become a suburb around it, I think. It's just... Now, I want to go out the other way, and it lets you zoom out a little bit more so I can see how far the poop goes. No, go away, birdie. I'm trying to work out where the poop is. Nah, it doesn't help. It sort of locks in. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube, that is all the time that we have today. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say goodbye. Goodbye. And ladies and gentlemen of the stream, it's also the end of the stream. We've been streaming for 21 hours, and there's no chance in hell I'll let this go for 24. Because the first 24-hour stream I do will be for charity. And I'll actually be there the whole time. As a good start, you know, I'll actually be there the whole time. Instead of like I have been for this one. But yep, as always, I'd like to thank you for watching. Unfortunately, though, I am going to have to say goodbye. Goodbye.